Picture three brothers in a Himalayan kitchen, all married to the same woman. Disaster, or a survival system built by the mountains. Keep watching, because once you understand the brutal logic behind this marriage, it stops looking shocking and starts looking almost inevitable. In parts of Tibet and Nepal, one woman may marry two or more brothers at the same time. Researchers call it fraternal polyandry, but the idea is simple. The brothers share one wife, one home, one farm, and one family future. The arrangement has existed among Tibetans, Sherpas, the Nyinba of northwest Nepal, Ladakhis, and a few other Himalayan groups. Many of these communities have survived for generations above 12,000 feet. At that altitude, every decision about land, labor, and inheritance can become a decision about survival. This is not only an ancient custom preserved in old books. A 1988 Tibet University survey found that more than 13% of Tibetan families still practiced it. By 2008, studies in villages around Shigatse and Chamdo found rates between 20 and 50%. In some remote settlements, the figure climbed as high as 90%. In those places, nearly every household could include brothers sharing one wife. Families like these can still be found in high valleys of eastern Tibet and across the border in Nepal. The custom becomes easier to understand when the environment comes into view. It did not appear randomly. It grew from centuries of adapting to a narrow and punishing landscape. Many Himalayan farming communities sit more than 12,000 feet above sea level. The air is thin, winters arrive early, and the growing season is short. A single night of frost can destroy a barley field. Above roughly 13,000 feet, crops may not finish growing before snow and cold return. But cold is only one part of the pressure. The Himalayan rain shadow leaves many valleys with unreliable rainfall. Even land that is warm enough to farm may not receive enough water to produce food. When usable land is that scarce, keeping a farm intact becomes the logic behind the entire marriage system. Arable land is scarce, so every workable field becomes precious. Families cannot simply clear new ground the way settlers once did elsewhere. To create farmland, they may dig more than 2 feet into a rocky slope. They remove boulders by hand and build terraces that can carry irrigation water. A person may spend years carving out only a few new fields. There is no open frontier beyond the village because the mountains form the wall. Even a hard-won farm cannot support a household by crops alone. Families also herd yaks, sheep, and goats on high mountain pastures. Those animals provide wool, milk, cheese, butter, and meat. Herding demands attention every day. Someone must move the animals, find new grazing, and protect them from predators. One man cannot easily manage the fields and the herds at the same time. Several adult men may be needed just to keep one household fed. Traditional taxes created another reason for brothers to remain together. Taxes and unpaid labor for the local lord were charged to each household. If 3 brothers formed 3 families, they faced 3 sets of taxes and labor duties. If they stayed in one household, the family paid once and worked once. The calculation was brutal but clear. Split the farm and everyone risks hunger. Keep it together and everyone eats. That pressure shaped the marriage from the beginning. The eldest brother usually married the woman formally. The match was often arranged by the parents while the children were still young. As the younger brothers grew up, they entered the same marriage. They often became husbands in their mid-teens without a second or third wedding. They simply joined the household as part of the original union. Inside the household, the wife played a central role in daily family life. She organized the home, cared for the children, and coordinated the household's responsibilities. Her work helped keep everyone focused on the same goal, protecting the family and its resources. The brothers shared farming, herding, trade, and other duties needed for survival. The household followed clear customs to protect privacy and reduce disagreement. These customs helped family members respect personal boundaries and maintain order inside the home. Children were raised as members of one united household. The eldest brother was generally recognized as the main father figure. The younger brothers held supporting family roles within the same home. The family did not emphasize individual parentage when making decisions about inheritance. Every child received equal rights to the family's land, livestock, and resources. This created one group of heirs instead of several competing family branches. As a result, the farm could remain intact across generations. Daily work was also divided according to each person's role. The wife managed household organization and family coordination. One brother might remain near the home to work the fields. Another could guide the animals to high mountain pastures. A third might travel to exchange butter or wool for grain and salt. Each responsibility supported the same household. Instead of dividing land, labor, and resources, the family kept them together. Anthropologist Melvin Goldstein compared this arrangement to older inheritance systems designed to preserve an estate as one unit. In both cases, the central purpose was the same: preventing valuable land from being divided. Under that English rule, the eldest son received the entire estate. Younger sons often had to enter the army or the church. The goal was to keep land intact by limiting inheritance to one line. Himalayan brothers achieved a similar result by staying together and raising one set of heirs. The arrangement also slowed population growth. In Goldstein's research in Limmy, 31% of women aged 20 to 49 were unmarried. Those unmarried women averaged 0.7 children each. Married women averaged 3.3 children. The system protected land while limiting the number of people the mountains had to support. A natural question remains: why not let each brother bring a separate wife into the same home? Tibetans considered that option and rejected it. They believed each wife would naturally favor her own children. That would create competing heirs and pull the household apart. One wife with several brothers avoided that split because all the children belonged to the whole family. The system also challenges the idea that one form of marriage is natural everywhere. Nobody was forced into it, and leaving the marriage could be simple. An unhappy younger brother could walk away. But he would lose his share of the land, livestock, and security of the family home. He would have to begin again where almost no unused farmland remained. Most stayed because the economic logic strongly favored cooperation. The wider lesson is that geography can reshape ideas about family, jealousy, and inheritance. In Ladakh, officials banned the custom in 1941, and the population growth rate later rose to 16%. Today, roads, schools, tourism, and government jobs are reducing the pressure, while younger people increasingly prefer one partner. The custom is fading because its economic foundation is lifting. Marriage can be a survival tool disguised as culture. Share your culture's hidden logic and follow for more.